Welcome back. A look around Middle Georgia right now. Should be some pretty sunsets for us, given that we've got some sky or clouds out there. If you're lucky enough to get some rain as we go through this evening, you can really get a nice one. That's a lot of times what will precede those lovely red skies that we tend to see over the summer down here in the south. Largely in the upper 70s right now, a couple spots still in the low 80s, but the rain's largely been reserved for the eastern counties. We have a little bit of shower activity in Putnam County, south of Eatonton, as well as Washington County. We've been kind of tracking this one storm that was in Baldwin County, then eventually Hancock, now in Washington and further off to the east, and still got a little bit as well in our southeastern counties. No lightning on any of those, however. Rain totals from today: the wet spot Sparta at 2/3 of an inch. That's followed by Soperton at 1/3 of an inch, and then we got a little more than 1/4 of an inch in Gray. Drop in the bucket though when you compare it to the rain that we received over the weekend. We talked about this yesterday. Our wettest spots that are labeled: you got Vienna, a little more than 5 inches, and Wrightsville right around that 5-inch mark, but some areas that aren't labeled, such as Vidalia or Alamo in Wheeler County, those really got a lot of rain. You see that got even worse as you continue to move to the southeast. Unfortunately, that did bring a flash flood threat, but luckily now the worst behind us. 83 was our high today, 61 was our wake-up temperature. Both those, I think the 83 is around average, but the 61 will certainly still above it. We'll continue to keep it pretty warm through this evening and expecting low 60s again into the beginning of your hump day. There will be a chance for a shower tonight, mainly around midnight or shortly before that, but maybe one or two lingers after. Should be largely low 60s, maybe the cold spots should get upper 50s. Either way, as we continue to move forward, temperatures are going to begin to climb and rain chances are going down. So it's a trade-off. I don't think we're going to have any rain as we get tomorrow started. Any overnight rain should be, largely done by about midnight or so. But how about tomorrow? A good amount of sunshine early before clouds will fill in during the afternoon. Temperatures will largely get into the mid to upper 80s. Our hot spots may graze 90. As for Thursday, now we're probably going to be seeing about half the region get to the 90s. We're going to start off with some fog early, then plenty of sunshine through the first parts of the day. Look at these feels-like temperatures as we are only getting to that 1 to 2 p.m. mark in the afternoon. And by the time we get to the heat of the day, almost all the real feels are in the low 90s. Most of our actual temperatures will be in the low 90s, and it's only going to get hotter and more humid as we head into the weekend. In fact, some of the worst mugginess we may see will be on Sunday because more cloud cover is expected there. And when you don't have as much of a difference between your temperature and your dew point, so a cloudier day, even if it's not as, quote, hot outside, it can feel more oppressive if that humidity is higher. Also to go with that, a ramp up in the number of mosquitoes. They've already been out for some time, but after the rain that we got this past weekend into this week, there is water standing all over the place for them to be able to breed. So getting into the weekend, I expect the numbers of those to be kind of in that extreme category. 86 is our high for tomorrow. A good amount of sun early, but clouds will fill in as we go later into the afternoon. Again, our hottest spots may get close to that 90-degree mark, but after tomorrow, we will likely start seeing 90s becoming widespread. Your extended forecast is coming up in 10 seconds. Your 4-to-1 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast is presented by Volume Chevrolet. So I got a 20% odds tomorrow. Most of us will not be seeing rain. And then after that, it's going to be pretty hard to come by. I mentioned Sunday again. It's not the hottest day, but look at the low, 68. And if it's cloudy, that definitely makes it feel a little more oppressive in terms of just the humidity aspect of it. And it's going to stay hot into the middle of next week.